I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye?
Hello everyone, welcome to the live webinar. Today you are going to see something that you have never seen before. I can say I'm so excited because today is going to be the best ever webinar that you have ever gone to. You are never going to see something like this again on the internet. So right now, if you are doing anything that can be disrupting, that can be disturbing to you, you need to stop and pay attention to what I'm going to say right now. Because what I'm going to show you today, you have never seen that before. But first, I want to welcome you all to this live session. I see a lot of people joining and I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for being there and thank you for being this willing to learn. Now, I don't want to waste any of your time. I just want to jump into this thing because I'm so excited about it. I know that you have never seen something like this. So let's jump into my computer screen and let me start showing you what you have never seen before. Okay, so today I want to show you how to double any forex account size without watching the market 24/7. So I don't care how much money you have in that account. If it is reasonable, you can double that amount of money. And to show you that what I'm talking about here is real, I'm gonna show you some proof. This is my own account. So I was trading this account for a few months, right? So first of all, just to know that this is not something that I did in 1 day, 2 days, or 1 week. I did this in months. So what I'm saying is this is not a get rich quick scheme. I'm going to show you a way to double your account. But before I do that, let's go back to my first trading day. What happened that day? This day was the worst day of my life because number one, I went on to be thrilled to want to become a trader, and also at the same time I learned bad habits. So what happened is, everyone I think knows the story of how I started trading. I wanted to register for my exam. I couldn't get the money, and then I started watching ways of making money online, and then I stumbled upon forex trading, and then I put in $20 into my account, and in a few hours I grew that $20 to $168. Impressive, right? Impressive. But after that happens, I remember the next day I lost almost half of that money, because the only good thing that I did that day is I withdrew half of that money because I wanted to see if it was real, if this money was real. But then the half that was left in the account, I lost it all in the next day. So why did I lose money? That's the question. Why did I lose money? Why are you losing money like this every time? That's the biggest question, and I'm gonna answer. For me, I didn't know what was happening in the first day. You see, when I started trading on the first day, when I grew that $20 to $168, I was just trading because I didn't know what was happening. If the trade goes in red, I didn't really understand what is happening. I thought that was part of the process, which is, but I didn't get emotionally attached because I didn't know I was losing money or I was making so much money until I withdrew the money and I started having the feeling of I need to keep withdrawing from from this account. This is a good way of making money. But when I started trying to beat the market, trying to make that money every day, that's when I started losing. I started getting emotionally attached to my trade. I started getting emotionally attached to everything that I was doing, and I started losing money. So basically, I lost because I was involving my gut feeling and emotions into a market which is based on probabilities, not based on how good you are on making money, how good you are on trying to beat the market. So that's what happened, and that's what is happening to you right now. The reason why you're losing money is because you are trading based on emotions of the last trades. How much do you need the money? And also based on your gut feelings and trusting other people who almost every time are not even traders. So this is how YouTube screwed me up, and it's probably screwing you up in the same way. When I started watching how to make money online, and then I stumbled upon forex trading, and then I made money, and then I lost, I went back to YouTube. But now instead of searching how to make money online, I was now searching how to make profits with trading, right? And then I started seeing strategy after strategy after strategy after strategy. I would watch like 10 strategies in one day and try them all, maybe on a demo account. And then tomorrow, if those strategies don't make me profitable today, I would move on to another strategy tomorrow and then try it again. And then if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to YouTube, because YouTube is free. You just go out there and then you watch whatever you want and you try it. And that's what happened. And that is a recipe for disaster. I promise you that. This is the cycle that I was in. So I would place a new trade. I would make some profits. And then using that same strategy, if I get losing trades and get some drawdowns, when I started losing money, then I would tweak the strategy a little bit. And this is exactly what you do, right? You tweak the strategy a little bit. When you try to tweak the strategy a little bit, it gets worse. Once it gets worse, you throw it away. You go back to YouTube. You find a new strategy and you place your new trade. I myself lost a lot of money in this cycle of doom, and I believe that 99% of the people who are watching this are in this same cycle. Think about it. When was the last time you traded a strategy for like 30 days straight? You never did that. I bet you never did that. And if you never did that, then it doesn't surprise me that you are losing money each and every time. So how do we solve that? We solve this by a 3-step process. And I'm going to start off with a step 1, create a strategy. Yes, I said going strategy to strategy is bad, but trading without a strategy is even worse. So number 1, create a strategy. And most people doesn't know what is a strategy. Most people think that a strategy is just some signals or some crossovers or indicators. No. A strategy is a set of rules that you follow in order to enter into the market and then exit the market. You probably right now, you always think about, when do I enter? What is the sniper entry? And how do I know this? I make educational videos. I know that all the videos where I show people how to enter the market, most people are going to likely see those videos. They are going to be looking for those videos. But when I start talking about risk management, stop losses, how to exit the market, no one cares. But that's when you lose money. Money is not made when you enter the market. You can enter into the market at any point. But it is only where you exit that determines if that trade is profitable or not. Is that true? If you think that is true, okay, if you think that is true, then keep watching. I'm going to show you something that is going to blow your mind. So most people, when they look into the market, they just see a bunch of candlesticks, they see indicators, and they start placing their trades, right? But they don't have a strategy. So a strategy is this set of rules that you put in place to say, okay, I'm going to trade maybe after the breakout of this Bollinger Band, but then you are going to also need to know when are you going to exit. Maybe you are going to say, okay, I'm going to exit if the market touches the middle band. I know that the market is probably not going to go to the upside. This is not a real strategy. I'm just showing you upright. So basically you need four things. Market conditions. When do you think about entering the market? You need entry rules. When exactly, what do you need to see? That signal that shows you that this is where you want to place your trade. And then you have your stops. You are going to be wrong most of the time, but you need to know when to exit if you are wrong. And then your targets. You also, this is important, but most people don't put this much into consideration. The targets, most people care about the stop losses. What is the stop losses? But also the targets. But the reason why you can't go looking for the good targets is because you can't wait for your trade to play out until it hits your target. Because number one, you are emotional. Number two, you don't even care about this. Right? So, firstly, you have a strategy. Step number two is manage your money. Risk management is more important than actually making money. Because what I know is when you have $1,000 in your account, if you make another $1,000, it's not gonna be enough. If you have 2,000, now you need to have 3. Now you need to have 4. But if you have $1,000 in your account and you lose it all, you are never going to forget that. It's gonna be 10 times more painful than the happiness of getting another 1,000. Because when you get another $1,000, you are basically going to want more. But when you lose everything that you have, it's going to be so painful. So I'm going to show you how to avoid this, right? So firstly, just know that I'm not going to give the famous advice that you always see people talk about. I'm not going to give that advice. Which is the advice? Risk 1% of your account. Well, maybe I only have $50. 1% of my account is like what? 50 cents. I can't risk 50 cents per trade. What am I doing? What am I going to do with that money? Right? So it's a good advice. It's an old good advice. Risk 1% of your account. But for some people, 1% is too much. Right? Maybe you have a $500,000 account. You don't want to be risking $5,000 per trade, maybe. Maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just want to risk like $500 per trade. So it all depends on one thing. And one thing is risk management is simply your sleeping point. And what do I mean by a sleeping point? A sleeping point is the point where you go to bed and instead of thinking about your trades all day, you start relaxing and going to sleep. You don't care about the trades. So if you place a trade and if you go to sleep and you can't sleep without checking if that trade is losing or winning, you can't relax, you can't even go outside, you can't even put your phone down, then you are putting too much. So all you need to measure is how much money can I put into risk, and if I lose that money on this trade, it's not gonna affect my tomorrow's trade and my trades 2 weeks from now. For example, if you have $10,000 in your account, if you lose $10 or if you lose $20 or if you lose even $50, it's not gonna be a big deal. But if you have $10,000 in your account and you lose $1,000 or you lose $2,000, you start feeling the pressure. You start thinking, okay, so maybe after another 2 trades, I'm almost out. So that risk management is too much for you. You need to make sure that you risk any amount that is good enough to let you go to sleep without thinking about the trade. That's your risk per trade. That's your risk management. That's all what risk management is. If you want to put risk capital into your account, put the money that if you blow that account, it's not gonna affect your sleep. It's not gonna affect your life. It's not gonna affect your appetite, right? But tell you what, everything that I just said right now is useless. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so did you just waste 25 minutes for nothing? No. It's only useless if you don't have step 3, which is discipline. Because you can have the strategy, you can create a strategy, you can buy a strategy, you can hire someone to create a strategy for you. You can do whatever you want to do to have a set of rules written down on your desk. And you can have good risk management, risking a good amount of money. But if you're not disciplined enough to, number one, stick to that strategy if it goes through a losing streak. Number 2, keep the same risk management that you are comfortable with. If you can't do that, it's useless to have these 3 things. But if you can combine these 3 things, you can make money. And this is the only thing that requires mentorship in trading. Because you can have a strategy, you can do good risk management. But if you don't have someone who is willing to help you and keep you grounded, tell you to keep doing the same thing, keep telling you to not get emotional, you end up almost always lose money. And why is that? This is because whenever money is involved, fear and greed is the biggest enemy. We have 2 emotions that controls us in everything: fear and greed. It's same as pain and pleasure. We fear losing. We have pain when we lose, and we have greed. If we get pleasure, we want to get more of it, which explains all the addictions that are out there. Whenever a human being is exposed to pleasure, exposed to money, he needs more. So that's exactly what happens. So if you can have these 3 things, then obviously you can be profitable, you can make money. And what are the 3 things? I just talked about the 3 things, which are the strategy, the risk management, and the discipline. You have these 3 things in place and you are good to go. Now, the problem is, how are you going to have all these 3 things at once? It's going to take years of testing the strategy. It's going to take months of forward testing the strategy. It's going to take a lot of time to know exactly what's the good risk management for this. So, just because of that, most people will only lose money when they try to trade. But before I show you something which is very special, I want to ask a quick question. Would you allow me to show you a system that can do all this for you automatically? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is be in this system, and it's going to create the strategy for you. It's going to place the trades for you. It's going to do everything. For now, this system is working only for boom and crash, and it's called the Boom and Crash Blaster. Just a powerful name to show how powerful this system is. What is this system? This is an automated trading EA or robot that analyzes the market using a proven and a tested strategy that we have tested for years and years. And we are going to see those tests happening right here in this, right? It also uses risk management based on the market movement. If the market is moving fast, it's going to use more flexible risk management. If the market is moving tight, it's going to use a tight risk management. I'm talking about stop losses and exit. And obviously, robots do not have emotions, right? So basically, if this system, you have everything, if you have a strategy that is tested, that can make money, that we are going to test together. Number two, it knows what risk management to use. And number three, robots doesn't have emotions, which means you have a system that can make you money. So you might say, okay, Courage, you can say that, but where is the system? Before I show you the system, I'm gonna prove to you that it works. Right? I'm gonna prove to you that this system really works. So let's jump into my MetaTrader. I'm gonna load the system right here in front of you, and we are going to test it and see if it makes money or if it doesn't work. Let's do that. Okay, so right now let's load up the system in MetaTrader and let's see it doing its thing live. I'm not going to edit anything. I'm gonna do it right here live in front of you. We are going to test this system. We are going to see how much money it can make and how much money it could have made you if you have gotten it in time. But don't worry, you are going to get this system in your hands. So I'm just gonna test first of all Boom 500 index. So this is the system. You can see Boom and Crash Blaster here. I also have it right here. I also have it on my charts. I'm using this system right now. This is my real account. So let's just click on it. You click test here. So I already done that. So it's loaded here. We have inputs. You can change your lot sizes. You can change whatever you want. So let's start. So I just want you to see what is going to happen here. So this is the strategy tester. This is where the system is going to be tested. So we are going to take all the data that we have gotten in the past year, and then we are going to test how much money you could have made, starting with a minimum, with a very small amount of money. So you can see the first trade, the system, you have placed the trade right here, and we have a big risk to reward ratio here, which can work for us in a good way. So this is the system running, and this is your chance to make money. So let's see what happens. So you are not going to do anything. You can see everything is done automatically, right? Automatically you are going to see. So if you want to see the profits in real time, if you don't want to see this, you can just click here, skip to. Once we click skip to, the system is still running the test, but now we can see the test right here on the results. So this is the graph of how the system has been performing. Look at how impressive this thing is. Look how much money it is making. Look how much profits. This graph, if it is going up, these are profits. Remember, we started off with 100. We spent like 3 days with the market going up and without giving any profits. And then from there, now in like a month, we almost doubled the account. So let's see if it keep going to the upside. Let's see. So this is the system. Nothing is being edited. We are live here, and you can see this is the system running. So you can see there's going to be, in everything in trading, there's going to be some months where there's a few drawdowns. You can see these dips here, but you can see how this system recovers the losses. You can see how good it is. Look at that. Look how impressive this thing is, guys. I've never seen something like this, but I'm so happy because this took me months and months. So when we created our first robot, last year, people were saying we need something for Boom and Crash. And since Boom and Crash have got these unique candles that are different from others, I always thought, can I manage to do this? And I started working on this system, sleepless nights on this system. And then now after a lot of work, we finally found a breaking point. You see, no matter how big the drawdown can be, the system is always going to recover and give you profits at the end of the time. So you can see, this is you doubling your account. Any account size. Imagine you could have put $1,000 here. You would have now had $2,000 without doing anything. You don't have even to have to look. If you had put in $10,000, you could have now have 20,000. If you could have even put $100, you could have made $200. And the good thing is, you don't have to wait for the market for this system to go for the whole month. You can just say, okay, whenever it makes 3% or 5% of my account, I will withdraw that 5%, spend it, and then let the system keep running on the initial balance that you put in. So let's say you have $1,000 and you say, whenever it makes 10%, I'm gonna withdraw that 100 and put it to my expenses, put it wherever you want it to put it, and then the system can keep working, or you can keep compounding. Now we are just using one lot size here. We can keep compounding here, and we can increase the lot size after every, let's say the system doubles the account. Once it doubles the account, we increase the lot size by 2. Now, in that same period of time, we can make more. So this is all the things that we can do with the system. But the most impressive thing is the system doesn't even need you to look into the market. Look at this. Look how impressive this graph is. I've never seen something like this. This is so good. This is too good. And you can see it's happening live. This is the system, right? Look how much it is going to the upside. Of course, there's very little drawdowns, but you can't worry about this, because look at, if you had started using this system at any point in the last year, you made money. Even this year, you can see the system is still going to the upside. Look at that. How impressive is this thing, guys? So I can test all other boom and crash pairs here. Boom 1000, crash 1000, crash 500. But I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to give you a link for you to go and see full test that we did. We have videos on that. I will drop a link where you go and see the full test. But look at how this thing did. We started off with $500, right? Started off with $500 right here. We had a few days, maybe 3 or 4 days, where when it didn't make a lot of money. It made like $20 or $30 in like 3 days, which wasn't good enough. But then when it started going up and up and up, it never stopped. It never stopped. You can see there's a little bit of drawdowns, but these are nothing, because in trading you're always going to get winning trades and losing trades, which is why you need discipline. But you have an automated system. This system doesn't have emotions. It does only what it was programmed to do, which is analyze the market, see the signals, take the trade. If there are no other trades that are in the market, it takes the trade. If there are other trades that haven't been finalized yet, it stops until those trades closes. Doesn't include any emotions. So I'm not going to waste your time, guys. I'm going to leave you a link very soon that's going to lead you to where you can see all the other tests that we did with this system. So this is it, guys. This is a system that you have always wanted, right? You have always wanted this system. So now we will talk about how much money can you make with this system. Okay, so there you have it, guys. The system that can do all these 3 things for you. If you want to get this system right now, I will leave a link in the description or in the group chat. depending on where you are watching this live stream at. So I'm not gonna waste any of your time. If you have any questions, make sure you click that link, because that's where you are going to learn all more about this system, and we are going to see all other tests that we did. So make sure you click the link that I'm gonna send right now, or if you are watching this on YouTube live, it's gonna be in the description below. Let's do it. Let's get this and let's start making money. I think this is the only way that we can beat Deriv, right? So make sure you click the link below and grab that system today.
Baby, I don't understand this.